Hey, and welcome to another stream with me, Tunray. Let's see, how many people are watching today? Me! That's okay. In which case, no point asking how everyone's doing. Let's get straight into it, unless you're watching the VoD, in which case, how are you doing? What are you up to? Why'd you choose to watch this video? How exciting. 50 VoDs in, that's what I am. This week's prompt from Reforj is to build some kind of food based on, I think it was Flidgy. Swifty's burger design, which I'm not going to switch over to right now. I'm just going to accept that is what I'm doing. And I have a couple of ideas. One of which I can do basically right here, right now. Nice and simple. Da 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 da. Bit of jazz in the background for you. Something nice and simple, although it might get out of hand quickly. I don't want it to go too silly. I will see. Anyway. And then another idea where it gets ridiculous. I'm talking... Do I want to give spoilers for it? Kind of. How do I want to do this today? I've got my window open, by the way, so I do apologize if you can hear anything from the outside world. Was not my intention to leave it there. I was going to put the outside world in a pocket somewhere. You know how it is. Okay, so what I could do is not that, because that's going to look awful. It's going to have to be triangles, I think. And we'll just stack it up as we go through. I might have to close the window, because I can hear very much loud things from the outside. Let me check my little recording thing. It's not being picked up on its own. So again, I'm sorry if you can hear it over my voice. It's not me, I promise. It's time. Alright, so we go like that, and then we're going to stagger up the cube. Will that work? Sort of go like that. This does not feel like it works like this. It's gonna get very chunky very quick. Who knew that this would be the tricky part, making a full cone? Window closed. Okay. Hopefully you won't come through the window as well. My gosh, that is loud in my ears. I could do this way. The only problem with this, though, is that there's no way to connect them yet. Oh, you're not used to that. Like, that should create a... Sorry for the rattling against my ear. That should create a sizable cone. But the problem in... Guys, I'm gonna start again. Simple concept. We can do this. Okay. Putting it there. And I think we do it all the way around from that point. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. It'll have to do. Anyway, I'm gonna build up a nice cone, and then we'll go from there. don't need to fill the cone, but I will need to do these edges somehow, and I might be doing curves on those. That could work. Find out as we get to the top. Even still, it's expanded out very quickly. One more layer. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? With the color palettes we've got, I was very tempted to make a pistachio ice cream. Which is not the wrong choice. But I don't often have pistachio. My favorite ice cream is mint. I'm definitely distracted by the noise outside. I'm just worried it's coming through because it's not a pleasant noise and I can't really describe it for you. My place to. Anyway, on to more interesting things. I went to see The Odyssey yesterday. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is a good film. I'm not surprised, the trailers looked good. And it was surprisingly more brutal than I was expecting. The demographics in our screen was interesting as well. A surprising number of older people, so I presume they came in because A, it's Christopher Nolan film, he's good at that stuff, and B, because it is an old classic. I mean, can you get any older a classic than Homer's The Odyssey? Well, maybe the Iliad. But that feels like splitting hairs. Okay. What I can do here is start bringing in some curve, maybe? This feels ugly. Honestly, who had any idea that this would be one of the harder bits? Okay. New plan, because I hate this as well. This is supposed to be the easy one. I was supposed to do this and then race off towards the next part of the build. Homer's Iliad. Demographic, old people, lovely. The Odyssey, not the Iliad. That's the older story, in theory. I'm no historian, but I don't think that Homer's Iliad was likely written by one person. I think it was definitely... Sorry, most likely... It came... Blah 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 blah. Language is hard. Most likely, the Iliad and the Odyssey were inventions of multiple storytellers over the years in Greece, taking the story of who was the Iliad? I cannot remember who was in the Iliad. I'll be honest, I never read it, not my thing, and I haven't read the Odyssey either, but I've seen it now, so a little bit more clued in, plus I knew a little bit more about it. Where was I going with this? Where was I going with this? Iliad. If I had something to bounce off, they'd be able to tell me exactly what I was saying. Who knows? ADHD brain. But back to Christopher Nolan's. Oh wait, different storytellers. Yes. So that seems more likely to me. especially given like the nature of the retellings, the translations. They're not super 100% accurate to each other either. They get the large story beats, and I think that's what happened with like the original. Back in Greece, different storytellers telling the same story beats but adding their own flair, emphasizing different heroes or different moments, and shaping the story to suit their audiences at the time. And I think it kind of makes sense if you, say, take the story that had been written so far, and then another bard would be, and then they went to another island, and they encountered creatures that looked like mountains, and they threw rocks at them, and so they left. And little like moments like that, adding to the story rather than like outright changing it. Okay, this is gonna look like a torch, but I promise it does kind of look like the ice cream cones that I've seen as well. Ooh, the music's good. That's right. Just fantastic at music. Congratulations, I made a torch. Some fire in that. Now for some soft serve. I'm not saying that soft serve is the best kind of ice cream. I didn't think I needed to say it. It speaks for itself. We will see how this shapes as well as I go through it. But I'm not discrediting the idea that Homer might have been a real person, just that, like, Homer was attributed as the whole story. Maybe there was a Homer and he told the last of the stories, well, told the best of the stories. I don't know, collaborative efforts. Hello. I should probably put my phone on mute. Trying to discuss D&D things while I'm streaming, and I'm not streaming D&D. Okay. Alright, on its own, have I just created a reverse Statue of Liberty? On its own, that's not much right now. I need to add some interesting shape. Should we go with the slope? I think slope's nice. No, not yet. We should start off, and then bring in some of the lower lines like that. Sharper cuts, and around. I haven't got any drippies though. Maybe I should add drippy. That's a little better. Get a teeny bit of animation in there. Lovely. This might come out the might not come out the way I want it to. Maybe flatten that out and have it in. Something like that, at least. Making it up as I go. Don't panic, everyone. And if you do decide to panic, make it interesting. No one to think I know what I'm doing. Oh, would they? And then if I do that. I think there's a bit more merit to it. I still want it to be slopey. Does that work? Does not work. Give as much texture as I can. Vibing to the music now. Oh, is this, Monody? That's a good one. I'm feeling very warm, are you? Probably has something to do with the food that I had. I feel like one of the suitors. I may have eaten too much this week. I a little bit didn't quite have an option for today. I ran out of time to properly do me some food, so I panic purchased. I'm sure we've all done something like that. Don't quite want it spiky. What I'll do is I'll turn this into a round, and then into a round, and then can I get a spiky in there? Kind of. I'll just go from there. Beautiful. But it's missing something. And I've declared that it's missing a flake. How do I want to put this in? Like so. 90-degree angle. It deserves it. One more. Stop it there. Nice and simple. With the background of a bunch of other characters. How would we do for time? That took... How have I got 4 views? It doesn't matter. How are we doing for time? We've got half an hour down. 20 minutes down. 20 minutes of actually building for a single ice cream. Yeah. The next idea I've got is a lot more ambitious. So I needed something that was complete for the challenge. And now I need to go find a good mountain, which this one probably isn't. There might be a mountain behind it though. That one looks promising. Gliding so effortlessly. I'm gonna miss the character design. They were good. Ooh, actually. I mean, they were. I'm talking about something else. Character design was good. I enjoyed that. This could work, actually. And they're going to be changing it soon. Yeah, so I want to double check that this isn't better over here. Wait, this looks familiar. I was wrong. I built a secret, like, lair somewhere. And it kind of looked like this area, but it is not. Oh, what was I? That could work. I definitely feel like this is the best shout. I'll need to level it out, terrain it a bit. My plan is, do you know the Greek story of Persephone? Not to be confused with Odysseus's Penelope. Oh, complete tangent. I learned yesterday, last night, middle of the night, I don't know when. I learned that the word mentor comes from the name Mentor in the Odyssey. It is literally that way around. The name came from the Odyssey, and we use it... No, the word came from the Odyssey, and we use it to mean someone who trains or teaches another person, takes them under their wing. Which, definitely in reference to what Mentor did for, I think, both Odysseus and Telemachus. For the record, those are basically the only names I know. Odysseus, Penelope, Telemachus. I know the gods. Mentor. And... ooh, I don't think it's coming to me. Argus. There we go, I got there in the end. Name of the dog. What a legendary dog that was. The suitors definitely got what they deserved after that one. Now I was going to talk about Persephone. Persephone is the Queen of the Underworld. A title which, according to overly sarcastic deductions, may have come from older legends, older mythologies from different, like, religious backgrounds. But at least in the Grecian myths, she became the Queen of the Underworld, the wife of Hades. And, just confusingly, the Underworld is also called Hades. There are different aspects to it, but it's confusing. It's fine. Hades rules Hades. Simple enough. Anyway, she became the... I don't remember exactly how the story went. She went to the underworld for whatever reason. She was curious, or she was lured in, and she was told not to do exactly what she's gonna do, and that was do not eat from the table of the underworld. Do not eat from Hades' tables. Because if you do, you could never return. Not that she would be dead, she's a god, so she can't die, but she would be essentially trapped. And obviously, we wouldn't have a story if she didn't. It's fairy rules, don't eat the fairy food. So she became trapped in Hades, which made Demeter, her mother, very upset. Demeter, who brings the seasons, she brought spring and happiness, and warmth and sunlight, but when Persephone was taken away, she brought a blight upon the land. Cold, darkness, despair. The other gods were none too impressed with that. The people certainly weren't. They were dying in droves. They couldn't handle the eternal winter caused by Demeter. So, a compromise was brought about. Every, let's say, 9 months, Persephone would be allowed to visit the land of the living. And in those 9 months, Demeter was happy. Though her happiness waned over time. In the beginning, she would be happy and bring spring. Then it would be warm with summer. And she would get sadder as her daughter prepared to go back. And every winter, that was her sadness brought about onto the land. Why am I telling you this story? Well, I want to build a pomegranate grove and the halls of Hades. That's why it's an ambitious project. I've only got a week to do it, but I'm going to carve it into this mountain, so it's going to be quite big. Because I need to represent the pomegranates. Be through digging. Now that I don't have to think about the story. I've only got so much space in my brain for activity. I'm trying to avoid a lot of arming and R-ing. Arming and R-ing, that is exactly what I said I'm going to avoid. I have run out of things to talk about for the challenge. Because I need to start building it. I haven't got anything to say about it. It doesn't mean I should have nothing to say. Going back to the Odyssey. Do I have another viewer? Hello? How are you? I don't want to give spoilers if you haven't seen it. That being said, I don't know if it counts as spoilers if I'm talking about the book points though. It is an old book, and according to the person who read it in my household, not exactly the most exciting book at times. A lot of times. Most of my, book knowledge comes from that person. Useful knowledge, I think. Useful. Da-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, is that flat enough? Probably. So I don't want to flatten it all the way down. That seems pointless. But I can now nuke that and sort of add some grassland, and I'll place underneath it as well. This is going to be... That was awful. This is going to be like my template for the edge of the grove. Pomegranate trees, how big are they? I don't think they're particularly large. Size. Thank you, the internet. They really don't look huge. I can't see a person in reference. Oh, never mind. I can see what looks like to be like a Roman villa. And it definitely towers above that. That can't be right. I typed person and now I've got like a million AI images. My least favourite topic. Okay, so they're not huge, but I still need to build them at large scale to match the vibe of the entrance of Hades. So I think my viewing point is going to be here. I like to build a viewing point. It lets me have a main idea of where the focus is going to be coming from. Even though I'm also... very loud noises. Even though I'm also going to be flying around or walking around to give a sense of scale. Yeah, it's a good spot. Okay. And I mark it in gold because I don't really build in gold that much, so it's good. Different block. And I don't have to build behind it. I like how Reforj builds, I can just fly around doing this. And I know it's placing behind me. Yeah. And that's good enough. I will be filling all of that in with grass. And then pomegranate trees with my design. Down, please. Get rid of these junk leaves. Oh, you're really hanging on to the environment. Much better. And then, with the viewing point here, I think I want the hall to be central. Beat Saber? Sounds like Beat Saber anyway. Rat going hard. Okay, where was I? Let me mark this out with gold as well then, so I have an idea. I want to go there, back to across, up to there. About that size. This is not something I'm going to be able to do on stream today. I'll put it up to there. Because that's a lot of effort and a lot of time that I'll need to spend. So I'll be doing this through the week and popping it up onto Discord. On the Reforj Discord. Yes, the official Discord of Reforj. Bam, 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 bam. Where was I going with any of this? I will say, the Christopher Nolan Odyssey, even it's spoiler light here, although this isn't going to be spoiler free as such, there is a scene with Cersei that was way more graphic than I was expecting. Definitely good, but definitely, oh gosh, I'm going to need to build much further out. Definitely good, but definitely like rough to watch. Go be prepared when you go in. If you watch it. Hey, the Odyssey might not even be for you. But it's inspiring this build. Okay. Then that gives a better view. And I'll put like a couple of trees over here. A couple of trees over here. Excellent. Give me a moment. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Gotta stay hydrated. Okay. It's going to be the best course of action. Breaking this down, I think. Probably. I have no idea of how deep I want this to go yet, so I'm just gonna, like, sketch out the border. Although I am definitely gonna need to look up some, like, Grecian, references. That's the word I want. Easy peasy. Break it all with speed. Although it's still a little bit laggy on my Xbox Series S. Which isn't technically my Xbox Series S, but that's... I don't even know why I mentioned that. That's not useful information. We are going to be getting the visuals update for long. Callum keeps hinting at it. I'm just nervous. I really am nervous what it's going to do to my builds. I'm not going to change them. Once they're built, that's it. They're fixed, in my opinion. I don't need them to do anything else. But I'm worried. Mostly... I've got a dinosaur. I'm going to go show off my dinosaur. Let's be quick over there. Flying speed. Too many clouds. It's one of my first builds, that ship. Ice cream from today's challenge. Here it is. So I've got this dinosaur. Ignore that, that's the work in progress. I've got this dinosaur, and it has a leftover glitch from when they made leaves transparent. I can see through to the underworld, the underside of the Triceratops. My gosh, some of this texturing work is ugly. Yeah, it looks pretty good from a distance. Yeah, I hope that... Well, I'm going to be honest, they probably won't be able to stop that from changing. It'll probably, like, fix all of those textures. They're fun, that's why I want them to stay. But they're not practical. I think it's just a me problem. Most other people seem very excited about all the changes that are coming, and I do not blame them. Metaquest, why are you in the way? Okay, back to the digging. This world has so many builds in it. I love it. And I'm not gonna stop. Not until I have to. Which could eventually come, you never know. It might update the game one day and corrupt my world completely. Which would suck. That would not be the most pleasant thing. I know they wouldn't want to though. Not unless doing so is more important than maintaining what people have built. That would be a very difficult, like, what's the word I want? Very difficult. Very difficult thought to have. I don't know what word I want. It happens sometimes. There's no order for how I'm doing this, so going higgledy-piggledy. I do apologise. It doesn't take long for my brain to fry on these streams. And as such, I get a little bit slower, a little bit more doolally. My voice starts getting less controlled. Like I had much control in the first place. Remember one of these builds? We were built to do something with a volcano. And I decided, for whatever reason, that I'd recreate a Godzilla-esque monster, a kaiju, bursting out of the mountain, so I had to carve so much of this jagged mountain away. I'm glad I don't do anything like that these days. I'll tell you what I do need to do. I've got a series that I'm trying to work on. A Let's Play, Ton Plays. And I need to get on that. I haven't found real time to do so. It's always been very busy in my house. At least recently. So I need to find a way somehow, because Reforj has been doing some amazing work for me with the editing. And I need to have work for them. I don't want to lose them. They're an excellent editor. I don't think I would lose them, but just in case, you know? And then let's just double check this looks the way I want it to. I'm losing some of the detail into the mountain, but that's okay. I think that's right. It seems a little off-center. That might just be where I'm sitting. I think it's okay. I think we're in a good place. I'm going to build up the gates of Hades. And it'll probably go into darkness quite quickly. Because I don't want the halls themselves to be the main focus. I want the idea of the pomegranates to be where your eye is drawn. Even though everything is going to be leading to Hades itself. Guys, you don't really want to go into Hades. Once a mortal goes in, they don't come out. Them's the rules. Ask Orpheus. I really don't know enough Greek mythology. And I can promise I definitely don't know enough English mythology. We got some cool things. Should I tell you what they are? No, not really. We've got berries, we've got sprites, I think. We've got brownies, that's for sure. We've got a whole, like, girl guiding group named after a bunch of goblin-like things. Although brownies are meant to help and support people. Or serve them, if you read it like that. I believe house elves from Harry Potter were inspired by brownies. But I don't particularly want to talk about how if I can help it. Let's see. see. My brain is definitely beginning to buzz. How's the time looking? Ooh, we are getting close to the end. I need to, like, increase my stamina for streaming. If I had, like, a guest on or something like that, I could probably stream for a lot longer. Especially if I was doing a drawing stream. A drawing stream with guests. Those were fun. I haven't done one of those in a very long time. For reasons. One of which is I don't really have anyone to stream with. I don't need to carve all this pathway, so I'm just going to carve up to here. And then I'll work from... I need to make a good archway. Whoops, sorry. A good archway, some pillars. And I want them to lead down into Hades. So I'm going to use some force perspective, I think. Hopefully I can build this week. If not, I'm going to have to sort of make it one of my longer term projects, like the dragon. I promise I am working on in the background very slowly. Next month is going to be no more art fight, so I'm going to focus my attention on some of these big projects, including the calculator, dragon, the back rooms, as long as I don't get in trouble for copyright infringement or something. And then my version of Saw, which is probably the second most ambitious thing I've got going. How does one even design Saw? A crazy prospect. But a challenge I am willing to take on. There we go. I feel like once I've dug out this section, I might wrap the stream up. I'm not sure I can call myself handy capable. Okay. Where's my little standing point? Oh, I know why it feels off center, because that gold block is off center, so I need to find the center. Easy task. I think that was 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh! It was not. I think that's our center point. And it lines up perfectly. Really? Okay, let me just double check. Hang on. I'm at Z coordinate 2378. Wiggle around a bit. 2378. You ready for this? I stood dead center. I planned it. Dead center. That's impressive. I'm giving myself a pat on the back for that one. Anyway, so the point being is, if that's the center, I need to put this center point. This is where the arch is going to sort of come up and connect to. Which I could probably do, like, extend it all the way forwards. I think that's right. Okay. in like modern depictions of Grecian architecture from ancient times, we would use a lot of marble, we would use a lot of white, it would be pristine, it would be clean. That's typically not what the Greeks did, the ancient Greeks did. Their builds were colourful and bright. They used marble as the base, for sure, but they built upon it with vibrancy. And archaeologists know this because of skills that I don't have. They know it. I'm just trusting them. Is that an argument from authority? Maybe. But I don't know any better. Oh wait, is that the middle point? Oh. Oh, I'm saying it is. Small detail. I was off by a block. I really don't like it. What if I widen this one by one? That'll make me feel better. Yes, so we're going to carve this last bit, and then we're going to wrap up. I haven't got anything to add. I am not back next week. And next week is the first week of the month, and I always skip out on the first week of the month. That's not the bit I wanted to dig up. Back you go. So I'll be back. Oh, whenever the next Friday is, I guess. When is that? Oh, I lied. There's 31 days in July. I will be here next week. Yes. Okay. Good. As long as we're all on the same page, yeah? So if you want to watch, you can. It's probably going to be more of the same, doing the same challenge. Doing next week's challenge. Maybe there will be new textures. They're going to bring out a mysterious update before the end of the month. What are you going to do to us, 4J? I'm ready. Come at me, bro. Yeah, there is nothing here to... Just trust me that this is... It's gonna look okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, if you made it this far. I hope you have a lovely day. If you're watching the VoD, hi. And I'm gonna go now. Bye-bye. Ciao.